Welcome back to the Private Practice Playbook. Emily Restrepo here, and since we last talked, we've had Thanksgiving, maybe some holiday travel, your kids were out of school, the latest football rankings, stirring things up, all those things that make this time of year feel like a little bit of a blur. Meanwhile, we were hosting more than 100 doctors in Atlanta for our Make 2026 Your Best Year Ever event, and I have to say, it was exactly what people needed. I know how hard it is to step away from your business, especially this time of year when everything feels loud and urgent, but that's exactly why days like this matter. When you get out of the office after a long year, you finally get some breathing room. You start thinking bigger. You hear things you've been too busy to notice, and the energy in that room really reminded me of being in a locker room at halftime. That let's reset, let's refocus, and go out there and win kind of mindset. One doctor actually pulled me aside during the event and said something that's really stuck with me. She said, "This event has completely reset my idea of what's possible." After 3 hard years in private practice, she said it was so good to be around people who think big and push her to set really high goals. So she left feeling confident that she and her team know where to go. That's why we do these events. If you couldn't make it, I wanted to bring you into their room for a minute. What you're about to hear are a few moments from Jay that really got people thinking in a different way. The kind of mindset shift that helps you end the year with clarity and walk into 2026 with real confidence. All right, let's listen in.
It's the Private Practice Playbook. It's the Private Practice Playbook.
So just so we're clear, we're not here to talk about me today. We're here to talk about you. And so the great gift of you being here today is that you're going to take a day and you're going to work on you. We're not here to work on me. Does that make sense? Now, I want to make this very clear. If you're a doctor and you're here, we're going to talk about you. If you're a team member and you're here, don't you dare sit there all day and think that you're just here to talk about the doctor, because that is BS. You're here to participate. So whoever brought you here did you a favor, and you're going to get an enormous amount out of it, but everything I say also applies to you. There are no bystanders today. Does that make sense? How many of the doctors in the room would prefer we don't have bystanders? Raise your hand. It's just stupid. There's no reason for you to come here and sit here and think, I'm here to support the doctor. No, that's not true. You are, but you're here to do many of the same things that they're supposed to do. It's not like you have an entire set of different things you need to do. And there's probably a reason why a lot of you are here and you want something to happen differently, but you got to participate. How many of you are the head of the office? You're the leader of the office, okay? Good. How many of you have a fantasy about not being the leader sometimes? It's okay, raise your hand. Yeah, so I cannot deliver on that fantasy for you, right? So this is why a lot of people, in terms of what has happened with people wanting to buy practices, what they're really doing is they're preying on your fantasy, which is that you think if you sell it, then they'll just do everything and your life's going to be great. Which I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about today, but what we've got to really treat is this fantasy thing you have, okay? So here's my question. Do humans have an ability to skirt their primary responsibilities? Yes or no? And is there actually massive history of human beings like spending the majority of their life not living, like letting those things go and not focusing on them? How many of you have seen someone do this? Like you signed up to do this, but then they don't really do it, or they do it at a level, right, that might be kind of low. Have you guys all seen this? Say yes if you've seen it. Okay. So when we're talking about you, I want to make this clear, right? So we're going to talk about you. You includes your family, correct? Everybody good with that? Really? Yes. Yes, just say yes. So no, I'm not going to bullshit you. If you think you do not affect your family, well, there you go. You got your money's worth right now, because that's not true. Does that make sense? You do, and what you do and how you do it literally kind of dictates your legacy. That's your impact on everybody around you. And so I want to start out with this, and I want to say this, that relative to you being here today, I want to make it very clear. There is no perfect person. I'm going to say that again. There is no perfect person. So please don't think I'm going to sit here and tell you you should be a perfect person. And the way life is going to work is you're going to make mistakes. And you're going to face things you don't like. And you're going to make bad decisions. And you're going to screw up. And you're going to say mean things. And you're going to, or maybe you're going to avoid things. How many of you have made at least a couple of mistakes so far? Yeah. And look, you're going to make more, okay? But here's the deal. You can't keep carrying the mistakes forward. They're like baggage, okay? So what I would like you to do today before we get started is to just give yourself a little bit of a break. So I'm going to start by asking you a question. I want you to write this question down, okay? Write this question down. Write it down. If I say I'm going to do it, if I say I'm going to do it, two follow-ups. Do people believe me? And does it happen? And there's this little thing called grace. I want you to write that word down. And look it up and learn about it. And it just says that, you know what? We're going to give you grace. And the first person that has to give grace to somebody is you to you. You to you. Come on now. Come on. Don't do it. It's just a bad habit. I break you that habit, it's worth $1 million to you. Does that make sense? You can't be doing all this. Just put your hands aside, twiddle your thumbs. Anything but that. Because it tells the people that you don't like them, see? Okay. So who is the first person you need to give grace to? Before who else? You're going to give it to your kids. You're going to give it to everybody else. No. You got to give it to yourself. Okay. So can we please put everything behind us? Like, you're not going to have your best year ever if you go into the year just carrying all your lovely troubled luggage into the room, right? It's not like you guys are heavy. How many of you, does anyone need to kind of lighten the load a little bit? Just let it go. There is nothing in the world, in the universe, whatever, that says you have to carry your mistakes forward, and you're not in prison, so I think you're okay. Does that make sense? So let's go back. Does everything you say, does it happen? Write down the answer. Yes, no, what's the percentage? Yes, no, what's the percentage? Because I want to invite you into something, and that is that we have to become a person when they say something, it has to happen. So write that down. Don't talk unless you're going to make it happen. Don't say it unless you're going to make it happen. Now go to that part about, do they believe you? And, the first belief is, if I say, I'm going to do whatever it is, who's the first person that has to believe it? And when they don't believe you, what's the real problem? You're saying it and you don't even believe it yourself. So write that down. Stop saying things you don't believe that you can do. Because if you do, you are just creating an environment and a following of people who it's like, this guy says shit that just doesn't happen. You cannot be that person. You got to eliminate that from your life. We want to say things, and then we want to believe it first. Who's the first person that has to believe what comes out of your mouth? Okay. What happens when you forget this? Oh yeah, it's crazy. You actually are beating yourself up. You don't believe yourself. Then you live this fantasy that people actually believe what you say and you're like confused by it. There's no confusion. If you say it and you don't believe it, there isn't a chance in hell anyone else is going to believe it. I don't know why. Like, we just got to start right there. Like, sit in that for a minute. Well, I know that you came from, you got bills to pay, you're confused sometimes on what to do. Maybe things are going well. Maybe things are going so well, you're sabotaging it as we currently speak, and you're going to figure out a way to blow it up. I don't know. Like, all the stuff that happens to people. But we got to start with, number one, is are you giving yourself grace? Meaning, you're not perfect. And life is about experiencing things, learning things, and changing. And you're all the way through this habit has to develop. Okay? So again, do you forgive yourself for everything up to this point? I mean, or is it just constantly coming back up? Right? Okay. So let's now move forward. By the way, can you ever ask a team member to do something and you know they don't think they can do it, like right in the meeting? You don't know what doctors do. They say, hey, listen, I need you to do this, and they never even look at the person. You can watch their eyes. You can tell whether they think they can do it or not. If I'm sitting here and I ask you to do something and I'm looking and say, can you do it? Okay, you see the response? When they say, hell yeah, I can do it, I'll have it done in a week. When they do this, sure. Yeah, I think so. What if they say, I think so? What does that mean? Not a chance in hell. So again, I just want you to understand this. Like, I got doctors who walk around and go, tell the team, do this, do this. Whole team looks at me and says, sure, just to shut them up. Never does what they say, right? How many of you have had a team member not do what you said? Why didn't they do it? Because they hate you? No, because they didn't believe they could do it. Who has to convince them they can do it? You. We come into offices all the time. We can get staff to do stuff you'll never get them to do. Berkeley can get your team to do stuff you won't be able to get them to do. It's just because we understand that process of you got to not just tell them how to do it, but you have to truly, truly get them to believe in their heart of hearts that they can do it and that it is good for humanity and it is not about the money. It is just the right thing to do. We have an entire profession where you have all these uptight doctors who are like, oh my God, people that have big practices are all about the money. That is what losers say, okay? Big practices are about helping a lot of people. Small practices are about helping very few people. So let's just get this straight. So if you're here and I'm talking about growing your practice, I'm talking about you helping more people over your career. That's it. And if you're going to sit here and be like, well, I just think that it's so nice being small. And by the way, a lot of reasons why people don't want to grow their practice is they think it's going to be a multiple of the misery they currently sit in. Oh, because they don't know any better. It doesn't work that way. If you're in this room and you think that, slap yourself right now. Like, snap out of it. It is not true. That is your bullshit. That is like, you're like this. You're like, oh, it'll just be, if I do it, it's just going to be more of this misery I already have. Which is funny. It's the only time you admit it's miserable when somebody challenges you to grow the damn thing. Isn't that funny? Like, before that, it was fine and you're doing great work. And I come in and go, let's just double the damn thing. And I'm going to tell you, all of you need to write this down. You need a purpose. And look, the one purpose you can take is having a great business and helping lots of people, but you got to not see it as like this money grab thing that people love to do. Like, oh, it's not about the money. When you have a purpose, it's about the purpose. Your profession is ripe for that to be your purpose. Are you with me? Like, so if you're going to do it, how should you do it? All in. So again, if you're going to be a doctor and you're going to own a practice and you're going to go, well, I'm going to half it. How's that going to work out? Not good. Most doctors that I've been coaching doctors for 30 years. And a lot of what my job is take a doctor who's running their practice with 20% of their energy, because they got waylaid along the way, and to try to move that up to a 60, 70, 80% effort. We rarely get to 100. You'll never get to 100.
If you're a doctor who knows your practice is capable of more, this is your moment. The Practice Growth Institute's 22-time Dentaltown Townie Choice Award-winning coaching program is opening a brand new class on January 22nd and 23rd, 2026 in Atlanta. And this is your chance to start the year with clarity, confidence, and a proven plan for growth. Our clients grow faster, lead better, and create a bigger impact in their practices, their teams, and their personal lives. Don't head into another year hoping things improve on their own. You need structure, you need accountability, you need a roadmap, and that's exactly what this coaching program gives you. We only have a few spots left and time is running out. Start the year strong. Call 470-410-3154 or visit mypgi.com to get enrolled today.
So we're going to start out there. It's just going to be like, you have to have a goal. So most people, when they read that, they go, oh, I don't even know what my goal was, because you had 12 months to forget it. And I didn't do this event last year, I don't think. So did I? So you weren't, I didn't do it with you. So, okay. So we got to have so we got to give grace to who? Ourselves and, who else? Everybody. I got a survey from all my clients right now. What are the biggest issues? Human capital. I'm having people problems. It's the attitude of the employees. It's blah, 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 blah. I mean, welcome to the mirror. Whatever you see in your employees, team members, that's you. Coming right back at you. I'm the only one who's going to tell you that. You think they're going to tell you that? No, you'd fire them. Somebody comes up to you and says, doctor, the reason we have attitude problems in the offices is that we're actually all acting like you. They'd be fired. You're not going to fire me. It doesn't even matter if you do. I got enough money. I'm good. You know, like if he gets mad at me and says, I hate this guy, it's not going to change my life dramatically. And eventually you'll send me a note saying you were right. I mean, I got to change my arm position. So okay, write this down. The team is a mirrored reflection of you. And now this is where some of you are like, oh crap, I thought he was just gonna tell me my team sucked. Okay, and here's what I need you to remember. You have limitations on how good you can make the team. It's kind of like your kids. If you think you're the best coach for your kids, you're crazy. You need other people to tell your kids things that they may be the same thing you said, but you need other people to say it because there's just something about it. So we got to set a goal, and then we become the person to match the goal. Right? So what do you want? You want to be poor? You want to be unhappy? You want to be depressed? Do any of you have those as goals? Come on. I want to make this clear. If you don't have a goal, that's your goal. If you don't have a goal, your goal is to be unhappy, uptight, controlling. See what I'm saying? So nobody would say, my goal is to be a prick. Nobody's goal is to say, my goal is to be a sloth. No, nobody, but that's what, when you don't write down the goal, that's what you can easily become. So I do this a lot where I say, let's reverse engineer it. So again, you got to be intentional to say, I'm going to be like this. So again, everything is, we got to decide the way it's going to be. Then we got to live up to whatever that expectation is. And the default position is always what? By the way, what's the default position for a doctor when it comes to their practice? I can tell you what it is. Small and shitty. I mean, you walk in, the carpet's dirty. It's not a great sign. There's not a lot of marketing or advertising. Nothing's really been thought through, right? That's just the default position. Everyone who has really compelling practices made the decision to redo the office, made the decision to buy a great location, made the decision to be open 5-6 days a week, made the decision not to penalize the patients when they're on the golf course. They made all those decisions. They don't, it's all I want you to understand. So you got to make those calls, and the default position is usually something that isn't particularly fulfilling and satisfying. And you may be suffering right now, all of you, I want you to think of that. Where am I just getting the default position? So today, I have one day with you. I have to loosen up this brain, get this thing locked on. So this is a lot of heavy lifting in one day. And you won't, and it's hard to keep it in one day. All right, so where are we going? So because this is a one-day event, and because life and everything is so complicated, and we have so many different people and so many different places, right? We're going to lock down now on the practice. And so when it comes to the practice, at the end of the day, the number you got to pick is what you're going to collect. That's it, right? I mean, the owner has to set a target. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to do all of the things to help you with what you have to do it, but I want to walk through this. So, and here's the deal, right? So if you have a $1 million practice, like let me give you an example of something I'm going to be doing with all my coaching clients this year. I'm putting in front of them what I'm going to call the $1 million challenge. Okay? Does anyone guess what I'm saying? So Kevin, guess what I'm saying? Yeah. They all need to have a plan to grow at least $1 million. And some will grow 2 million, but it's fine. But does everybody get that? So everyone who I coach this whole next year, it's going to be like how to add $1 million, right? Because that's so stinking easy for me, but yet, wow, do they make it complicated, right? So how many of you tried to grow $1 million, right? And you're like, oh yeah, I didn't. And again, it's like, why didn't it happen? Okay. So you have to decide where you're going to go. And then we have to instill all the confidence to get there.
All right, so I hope this little peek inside gave you a sense of what happened in that room. The clarity, the energy, the reset people didn't even realize they needed. One doctor told me afterward that his biggest takeaway was a renewed sense of optimism. He said that the event really helped him finally see how much growth is possible, not just for himself, but for his team and the entire practice. And that gave him a level of confidence and excitement about the future that he hadn't felt in a long time. That's why we do what we do, and we want you to experience that for yourself. Our next coaching class kicks off January 22nd and 23rd here in Atlanta, and it's the perfect opportunity to start the year focusing on you, your leadership, your business, and the future you're building. If you're ready to be a part of something bigger and take the next step in growing your practice, your team, and yourself, give us a call at 770-518-3806 or visit mypgi.com to get started today. Be sure to follow, rate, and share this episode with another growth-minded doc in your circle, and we'll see you in the next one.